Hi, my name is John Celentano, and I'm a saxophonist and singer based in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'm here today to talk about and to show you a little bit about the new Yanagisawa Yany BooStar high mass neck screw. I have one for alto, and I'll be playing that for you today. The good folks at selmer were kind enough to send me one of these to check out, and in exchange, I'm going to tell them what I think. So let's take a look at this thing. Here it is. This is the BooStar. This is meant to take the place of the stock neck screw on your saxophone. And there are several of these on the market, and they've been around for a little while. And what the BooStar is intended to do, according to Yanagisawa, is enhance the tone of your horn by adding weight and mass to the area where the neck joins the body of the horn. The idea is that there's a heavier screw there, it's bigger, it's heavier, there's therefore more metal to vibrate, and that in turn affects the tone, hopefully in a positive way. I've used a couple of different types of these things in the past with varying degrees of success, and I've been playing this for about a week and a half, and I'll get to my opinions of it later, but first I want to show you what it's made of and how it sounds. So this is a brass screw. This particular one is gold plated. There are three finishes: gold plate, the Yanagisawa pink gold, and then a third one which I believe is just brass, I think, but you'll probably want to check the website to make sure. I like the gold plate. I think it's really nice. There's more to it, however, than just this. Most of your stock screws, or most of your high mass screws like this, are one piece. That's all you get. But the engineers and the craftsmen at Yanagisawa have given you not one, but three different options for this thing. So each BooStar comes with a small end cap that screws into the top, right? And then a thicker end cap that also screws into the top. You can't use them both at the same time. It's one at a time. But the thicker one, this one is about twice of the thickness of the other one. And I hear a difference in the two of them. You know, one man's opinion. But one thing I want to point out on this is a really nice piece of kit to add to your horn. It looks beautiful. Just like everything else that Yanagisawa makes, the attention to detail is amazing. The craftsmanship is amazing. Everything is perfectly machined, and it's very ergonomically well designed. Instead of having to twist, a stock screw and put all that stress and strain on the wrist, this is just a simple thumb and finger movement, which is good for me because I had a wrist injury recently, and so this has been a total blessing for me. But let's get into the mechanics of it. So, as you can see, you may be able to tell here, the Yanagisawa logo is printed on here. I don't know how they were able to stamp that on something this small. And then, I know you won't be able to see it, but on the body of this part of it, Yany BooStar is printed on there. And again, just doesn't affect anything in the way it plays or how it affects the sound, but it's just, again, this really nice attention to detail, which I think sets Yanagisawa apart from basically everything else that I've run across. So, this is the BooStar. Let's play this stuff and see how it sounds. What I'm going to do is I'll start with the stock screw, and we'll listen to that first, so we have kind of a baseline to start from. I'm using the stock screw on this 901. This is a Yanagisawa 901. I'm using the stock neck. I was using the neck from a 991 for quite a while, but I decided for the purposes of this video, I'll go back to the stock setup. So the horn will sound pretty much like it would sound coming right out of the box, which is pretty darn good to begin with. So I'm using a Meyer New York 7 on this, and yeah, here we go. So I'll play the same thing throughout, so we get some consistency, and yeah, let's give it a shot. Okay, that's the Yanagisawa with the stock screw. So let's pull this guy off. And we're going to add the first part of the BooStar, part A. And they've actually labeled them A, B, and C. So we'll start with part A, then we'll add the caps as we go. Okay, that's BooStar part A. Let's add part B. This is the thinner of the end caps on this. Okay, part B. Now we're going to add the thicker end screw on it. Full disclosure, in the previous take I did of this video, I dropped this and it rolled under my desk. And I've never wanted to move a piece of furniture more in my life. There's no way I'm losing this under a desk. Part C, the thicker end screw. Okay, there we go. My initial impressions of this, I feel and hear a difference in the sound. I think it might be more pronounced with the other neck. I'm not sure. I'll have to do an A-B on that. But I hear a difference. I think that the BooStar adds more weight to the sound, which I interpret as, there being more lows and low mids in the sound, which is great for me because, as you'll hear on this video, I tend to blow really bright. I have a very naturally bright sound, and I like something that can tame that a little bit. It also, I think, brings an evenness to the horn that wasn't quite there before with the stock screw. I think that sounds really even all the way across. I think there are subtle differences in the end caps, in the end screws, between the thin one and the thicker one. And I don't know which one I like better at this point. I need to give that some time and do a little experimenting. But overall, I think this does add a bit of depth, a little bit of weight, a little bit more color and evenness to the sound. I like that. I think for me it works. So I'll be using this for sure. I'll be using this. I used it on a gig last week. Um, I loved, the response on the horn was still super quick, um, but it kind of tamed those characteristics that I wasn't liking too much. So I think it's a good thing to look at. I would suggest taking a look. If you are a professional, if you are an advancing student, um, then most definitely check it out. I would not hesitate to recommend this to an experienced player who knows how to get their sound, but is looking for something else. Looking for a little bit of an addition, looking for a little bit more color, a little bit more depth. Um, yeah, I think it's great for that. Like I said, I'll be using it. Um, this thing is going to stay on the horn, and I'll probably grab one for the tenor as well. I like it that much. Like I said, I'm not an expert in acoustics. I'm not an engineer. I know, but I do know that logically, there's nothing going on inside the horn. There's nothing in the neck or nothing in the tube that is different. It is just this. It's just this BooStar, and it makes a difference that I enjoy. That I think really helps me and gives me a little bit more color than I had before, a little bit more flexibility than I had before. So, is it worth it? Yes, if you already know what you're doing. I would certainly check it out. So, thank you to the great people at Selmer, Scott, and the people over there. Thank you for sending me this. Um, you're not getting it back. It's going to stay. So, I hope this video helped. And certainly check out more videos on this piece of gear and see what you think. Give it a run. In the meantime, be well, be musical, and hopefully I'll see you again really soon. Thanks.